Hi guys, welcome to week 4. We are on our last week. Yay! I'm very proud of all of you. Actually, the assignments you've been turning in are wonderful. You are learning quite a lot. You're sharing with all your KWLs of what you're learning. So very proud of all of you. So let's go ahead and talk about the last module. As you know, we're on module 4. And under instruction videos, you will always see your 4 videos, your introductions to the chapters. This week we'll be covering middle childhood along with adolescence. We're moving into adolescence. So the last middle childhood we'll be covering topic will be psychosocial development. Then we move on to adolescence and we'll cover all of the areas, which is a biosocial, cognitive, and the psychosocial development for adolescents. After you go ahead and check out the introduction videos, you're going to go and see your PowerPoints, which are chapter 13 through 16, which we are covering this week. And then your discussion board is on psychosocial development. I'm trying to click on that so we can discuss the topic. Okay, so I have given you a link here. I'd like you to go ahead and look over the link. It is going to talk about bullying and cyberbullying. Talks a little bit about the problem, this epidemic that we're having in middle childhood and adolescence. So I want you to go ahead and look at this site, take a moment to look it over, and after you review the site and this week's reading materials, reflect on your own experiences. I want you to create a thread that addresses the harmful facts or the harmful effects and possible solutions to bullying and cyberbullying. So I've included some prompts to get you started on your original thread, and they include: how was bullying dealt with when you were younger? And how is it differ? How is it dealt with today? And then, where do bullies fit in our system of popular and unpopular children? What happens to bullies when they become older? And what advice should parents give their children who are victimized by a bully? Should a child be encouraged to defend himself or herself? When should he or she use adult resources? And is it always wrong to hit, such as in self-defense? Are self-defenders and retaliation, is that different, right? So again, your original thread will be due Wednesday evening. The date will be January 29th by 11:59 p.m. And then your 2 peer posts are due by Friday, January 31st by 11:59. A few of you are not hitting that Wednesday deadline, and if you don't hit that Wednesday deadline, Thursday morning an automatic 0 gets posted. So you want to make sure you hit that Wednesday deadline. And then once again, the rubric is down below, so you can go through that. So that is our discussion for the week. I'd like to go ahead and go into the assignments. Okay. So after the discussion board, you're going to want to go ahead and take your quizzes as well. Again, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then at the end, there will be a final exam. This final exam is due the same date as all the quizzes, which is the Sunday, February 2nd. Your quizzes are 10 points each, and the final exam will be 50 points. The next tab is your assignments. Again, your KWLs, what you know, what you want to know, and what you've learned from those chapters. 13 through 16 is due February 2nd, and that is also worth 10 points. Make sure to use your summary of thoughts of how you're going to utilize information learned in these chapters going forward, or how you can use it now. And then the last assignment will be your resource letter. Again, this is due February 2nd, and it's worth 25 points. Here is the information for the resource letter. So as we spoke about all through this course, early intervention is key. All children should get early developmental screening before the age of 3. There is no time to wait for a child who's not thriving in development in these beginning years. Regional has a lot of developmental screening and resources, but they end at age 3. So it's very important that we get this handled way before. So this assignment, I'm going to make this a little larger so I can read it. So this assignment, you're a parent of a 3-year-old boy who is nonverbal and somewhat shy in temperament. So you are going to begin to have some concerns because you see the children around your child are very expressive in their verbal. So you mentioned this concern to your pediatrician, and your pediatrician tells you, please don't worry, and everyone develops at their own pace. Bottom line is that you are worried, and you have heard from a friend that you can have your child assessed for free. So if you submit a letter and request it to the elementary school that your son is slated to attend once he is school age. So you're going to do some research here. You're going to find out what elementary school your child would attend, use your real home address to find this out. You're going to find out the school district you live in and the elementary school your son would attend kindergarten in. You're going to find out the principal's name and the school psychologist's name. Then you're going to write a letter. You're going to, in that letter, you'll state your child's name, your age, your name, as well as the concerns you have with your overall concerns, which include speech, language, social, emotional, fine, and gross motor development, and overall cognitive abilities that you would like to have a full evaluation and assessment done on your child. So you will address the letter. It will be to the principal of the elementary school that your son would attend kindergarten in. You're going to CC, which is carbon copy, the school psychologist and the special education division at that school district. So you're going to have to do a little research to find this information out. I have included some samples here of what I'm looking for, right? So this letter will be due in Canvas by February 2nd, no later than 11:59 p.m. So then it gives you some information about pediatrician, gives you some information about some developmental screening tools and different types of tools, ages and stages questionnaire, CSBS, different, the PEDS, different sites that you can look at, right? Diagnostic tools, and there is also some examples for autistic, possibly, and it gives you some links to check out. Also, in addition to the above tools that were listed, American Pediatric Association diagnosis also can help, and again, there is a website for you to look at. So this will takes a little bit of time to do some research, and you're going to be in detail of your concerns. You're going to write your concerns in detail in the letter, so then you can look for or gain some knowledge about different assessments the school might be able to offer. If you have any questions on this assignment, please feel free to contact me, and you can do that by looking at the bottom. Actually, it's the last entry, and it's questions for the professor. I always include your videos. We have videos for chapter 13, 14, 15, and 16, some really great ones. Here's some bullying videos that will go along or tie in with your discussion this week. And then there's some other great education, adolescence, other great videos that will help you with your other assignment. So if you have any questions, give me a shout out through this questions for the professor. The email will automatically link with my email, and I'll get it right away. Have a great week, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing your work.